What up, Halls? Nice to see you, man. First one in the chat. Let's go. What up, D-Fin? Nice to see you. Guys, for everyone getting here early, Jason, what up, what up? For everyone getting here early, make sure you go to the upper right-hand corner, little drop down. It will allow you to drop a like on the stream. It's going to help this thing kick off nice and fast, get a lot of people in here. So thank you to everyone who does that. I really appreciate it. A lot of exciting stuff going on in the market today. Man, it feels like we are so close to this market just really taking off in an exponential manner. If we take a look at the prices right now, Bitcoin's pushing back up to that 68,000 level. To me, it looks like it's about to make that move. What up, Ducky, Joe, XRP Pump, David, Adam, Murdoch? What up, what up, what up? Let's see what else we got. Yeah, the market's looking really good. Yep, DXY is down. Thank you, Beehive. Thank you. Look, things are looking really good for the macroeconomic, macro environment also. Oh, Crypto Clay, thank you so much. Let's jump into this. Can you talk about how the future of Liquidity Hub will tap the power of Ripple's global network, combining the power of crypto liquidity and access to global markets? Absolutely. And Liquidity Hub isn't something we've talked a lot about here, so I would love to jump into that for a little bit. One of the things about using cryptocurrencies, right, is like exchanges really aren't going to be the future of crypto. So let's break into why that's the case. Every single exchange all has different advantages, trade-offs, whatever. And as we all know, you typically have to have a bunch of different exchanges all around. Now, for retail, that's not the biggest deal. But for institutions, right? Institutions don't want to constantly be going from exchange to exchange to exchange to try to find the best price on a digital asset. Most institutions also really aren't interested in trading the digital assets, swapping between different digital assets, right? They are going to want to be able to accumulate cryptocurrencies at the cheapest price possible, at the most liquid price possible for large wholesale transactions. What Liquidity Hub is going to do is give institutions a one-stop shop to buy digital assets, right? So rather than an institution here, right, having to connect to 15 different exchanges, the institution would just connect to Liquidity Hub, which connects to the 10 to 15 different exchanges, and then Liquidity Hub will source the liquidity from the best place out of all those exchanges. So that's what's so great about the product, right? What Ripple is going to be able to do is put Liquidity Hub into their ODL product. So that way, if an institution, right, wants to start taking advantage of one of Ripple's ODL products, right, or one of Ripple's products, it doesn't matter what the product is, and they need XRP. Rather than that institution, right, having to go to Coinbase, buy XRP, move it over to its Ripple wallet, what Ripple is going to allow is for them to tap Liquidity Hub, which will allow them to just hit one button and source liquidity directly to their Ripple wallets without having to go to all these different exchanges. So it's essentially what you're seeing Ripple doing. What up, Valerie? Don't worry about it. Nice to see you. So what you see Ripple doing, right, is you have Ripple with their cross-border payments platform. You have Ripple with all their different products. The two things Ripple is building now is how to fund that product and how to store the assets for that product. So we see Ripple building out custody with things like Mitaco. We see Ripple building out custody with things like standard custody. And then what Ripple needs to do now is provide ways to get digital assets into those custody solutions, and that's where Liquidity Hub comes in. Liquidity Hub is the act of actually sourcing that liquidity to bring it into the wallets, so then you can actually use the assets in Ripple's products. It's creating a comprehensive ecosystem that makes it so you can do business with Ripple, and everything you need to do in the cryptocurrency industry is all at your fingertips. Brad, it's tough, but I'm getting better at it. Thank you, XRP Viking. Really appreciate it. Love that you guys love the videos and the live so much, man. I have so much fun producing all the content for you. And let me tell you, your appreciation goes a long way when I'm beat after work and don't feel like making a video. The fact that you guys love them so much, the fact that you guys love the live so much really give me the motivation to keep producing content. So I'm glad you guys love them so much. I love making them. Ton of fun. Yeah, so Liquidity Hub is going to be really big in getting those wallets funded, getting those wallets to have digital assets in them so that they can be used within Ripple's network. Like I said, right, most institutions don't want to deal with, hey, we have this Ripple wallet. How are we going to get assets in the Ripple wallet? Well, we have to go to Coinbase. All right, well, let's go to Coinbase. And then Coinbase says, oh, well, that trade is too big to source this liquidity. What Ripple is doing is just putting a buy XRP button in their wallet for the Liquidity Hub. They hit buy XRP. The assets just show up there. The business doesn't have to worry about, hey, where did these assets come from? The business didn't have to worry about, hey, what's the best source of liquidity for a transfer this big? What Ripple is doing is saying, hey, here's the button to get the assets, and that's why Liquidity Hub is such a big deal. Silver Days, thank you so much. Guys, yeah, if you're new here, if you don't come often, make sure you're subscribed to the channel. It will make sure you don't miss out on any new updates. Make sure you don't miss out on any, make sure you do not miss out on any new live streams. If you could also, and you haven't, make sure to go to the upper right-hand corner. There's going to be 3 dots. That will allow you to actually drop a like on it. Oh, interesting, Murdoch. Murdoch. Very interesting. Niam Ripple partner gets in principle approval from India's Reserve Bank, from the Reserve Bank of India. These licenses make Niam a one-stop shop for all payment needs in India. For end consumer, Niam is making it seamless for Indians to shop the world. Very interesting. Awesome update there, Murdoch. Yep. SEPA Instant is going to be interesting. Volplay and Temenos both using Ripple payments to move money. EU new rule can not take longer than 10 seconds for a transaction to settle. Very, very interesting. All of this is playing out exactly how we expected. And let me tell you about the best part about Ripple and XRP in this entire payment landscape. Yeah. Careful, Crypto Clay. That might be a scam video. I don't know. I could be wrong. So let me tell you about the best thing about Ripple and XRP's payment stack. And also, guys, we have 200 people in here. So if you can take a quick second to like the stream, upper right-hand corner, 3 dots, it will let you do that. Thank you so much. So XRP is the base layer, right? XRP is the new way to move value. On top of that is Ripple. But companies using these products, right, can either use Ripple to access XRP or can just access XRP directly. So what we're seeing is we have Tranglo, Temenos, Niam, all these different players who are moving money all around the world. But what Ripple is doing is coming in underneath them. So all of these different providers are all hooking up to Ripple, right? And then all of those different providers who are going through Ripple can also directly source XRP by itself. So what we're seeing, right, is XRP is actually being associated with a whole bunch of different business models and businesses because it's the base layer of moving the money. Whether or not an institution even needs Ripple is irrelevant because they could still be utilizing XRP. So it's a very, very cool setup Ripple has done. They actually realized that, hey, they don't have to be competition with the money transmitters, right? What Ripple is doing is saying, hey, money transmitters, we have a really easy way to move money all around the world. So you're up here, you're up on this transaction level, but we'll sit right below you and actually help you utilize the XRP ledger. So Ripple is not competition for these different companies moving around money around the world. Ripple is helping them do it in a more efficient manner. Strong Mountain, I'm glad you enjoyed that video. Thank you very much. I'm glad you enjoyed it. Defend, that is great. Ripple has 500 plus partnerships, but how many partnerships does the 500 plus have? That is awesome. That is exactly what we need to be thinking about, right? The spider web just keeps on going out. It starts slow, but the more and more organizations that say, hey, we're using Ripple to actually facilitate these payments. You need to set up a Ripple account so that we can facilitate payments with you, right? The network effect keeps growing and growing and growing and spreading outward. And that is the biggest thing about what we see here. Honestly, network effects was one of the first things that I really focused on when I started learning about Ripple and XRP, but I haven't focused on it much recently. I have to get back into focusing on those network effects because they're critical. What do I think about Crypto Erie's take on R3? Look, I think there's a lot of really dumb debate about the R3 stuff. Crypto Erie is, or Eddie, I always say Erie, it's Eddie, is 100% right? There's no facts we can look to that say, hey, R3 is coming out and admitting they're using XRP today. There's no announcement we can see, right? It's all speculation. I personally believe R3 will be using XRP in the future. They have used it in the past. Now, in my opinion, it is highly likely that R3 has always had a plan to interact with assets like XRP. There's a lot of disagreement on whether or not that's a plan, whether or not that's speculation. Look, I think everyone's entitled to their own opinion. If you only invest on facts already in the market, that's perfectly fine, right? You can only invest based off press releases. That's not how I invest, right? For me, I do a lot of speculation on things that I see that I believe give me a reasonable expectation that that thing might happen. Let me give you an example. There has been a lot of ODL activity seen in secondary markets through India. Do I know for a fact ODL is live in India? No, but I make the assumption that it will go live because we have seen so much development of ODL in India. You see all kinds of things like that, right? I saw a picture of Brad Garlinghouse, right, in Brazil shaking the hand of a central banker in Brazil. Does that mean that we have a confirmed partnership with Ripple and the Central Bank of Brazil? Not necessarily. But why was Brad Garlinghouse in an office shaking hands with the Central Bank of Brazil? That could lead me to the assumption that one day the Central Bank of Brazil is going to be using XRP. What do I know about R3? From a very basic level, right, R3 is owned by SBI, who also owns Ripple. The CEO of SBI said, hey, one day I want R3 to be using XRP. So look, you can say, obviously, there's no proof that today R3 is doing anything with XRP. But why would they need to, right? They already did the proof of concept before in the past. It's very simple for a company like R3 to start using XRP for its full intended use case. So I don't really see it as like people necessarily arguing about the same thing. I think it's people arguing about different things. Some people are saying today R3 is not using XRP. I completely agree. But I still think R3 is going to be using XRP in the future from one way or another. So it all depends on how you look at it. I think a lot of people are talking about it from a factual standpoint, and a lot of people are talking about it a speculative standpoint. And I just think people need to realize that both can be true, right? It's very possible R3 can be used in the future, but that doesn't mean R3 necessarily has to be using our XRP in their products today. Let's see what else we got. What up, Brandon? Nice to see you. 265 people in here, guys. We're almost at 100 likes. Let's see if we can get this stream to 100 likes right now. See if we can get it to 100 likes. Jeffrey West, R3 is 100% a competitor. R3 is 100% a competitor to Ripple, but it doesn't mean they have to be a competitor to XRP. And this is why XRP is such a unique advancement over Ripple. Ripple could fail and another company can say, okay, I'm just going to recreate Ripple's business model using XRP. That is why XRP is so interesting in this equation. If I wanted to, tomorrow, I can start up a competitor of Ripple using XRP, right? That's what's so interesting about this entire thing. XRP is the base layer. XRP is open source. It's decentralized. Anyone can use XRP. R3 could use XRP and actually use it to undercut Ripple's products, but that's why XRP is kind of the checkmate in this entire situation. Anyone can build Ripple's products on XRP. Anyone can do it. Ripple is leading the way. Ripple has the smartest people doing it. Ripple has the expertise. I fully expect they're going to win that build off, but technically R3 could use XRP the same way Ripple's using it. That is why XRP is a checkmate here. Anyone can use XRP. Anyone can build products on the XRP ledger. Ripple is just doing the best job right now. That's why they're winning. But if companies in the future want to be able to compete with Ripple, compete with instant settlement, and they don't have a digital asset like XRP, what they're going to have to do is use XRP, right? So that's the checkmate on R3. R3 has great centralized banking software from what I understand. But centralized banking software is not what XRP is looking to disrupt. Ripple is a centralized banking software company. XRP is a decentralized global liquid asset. R3 doesn't have that, and the only way they can access that is adopting a cryptocurrency. It's going to come down to which cryptocurrency is the most liquid, which one is the best for moving institutional value, which one is the most trusted because it has never gone down. I believe XRP can become that digital asset. I believe that's where XRP is positioned perfectly. Now, that's the real debate. It's not whether R3 kills XRP. XRP is independent of what R3 is doing. It's whether XRP can be the best source of global, neutral, decentralized liquidity, and I think that's what it can do. And to be honest, let's face it, it doesn't have to be the best source. I believe it can be the best source, but there's going to be a lot of different use cases for these assets. I just believe XRP is positioned in a really good place to take it over. Yeah, it's what I always try to tell people, right? Look, me building a private database for your company is not me disrupting anything going on in the internet, right? Me building you a private database for all your private information is not me disrupting Facebook, right? Facebook is an open, decentralized way of providing your information to the entire world. It's not disrupting me having some kind of private database at your house where you store pictures. They're two completely different things. In the same way, R3 building centralized banking software is not disrupting XRP as a global, neutral, decentralized liquidity asset. They're two very different things. XRP really is the rails of how the value moves. What R3 and Ripple are doing is more building the centralized software to interact with the rails. We'll send it. Don't you worry. We'll get there. Also, guys, I have a question for the chat. If anyone here is buying Evernote token, how are you doing it? I completely agree, Crypto Clay. I completely agree. Path of least resistance. Crypto Clay, you are always dropping great quotes in here. Path of least resistance is amazing. That is amazing. That is amazing. And guys, the other thing about R3 is, right, R3 is connecting a lot of banks right now, but it just comes down to the fact that R3 doesn't have a cryptocurrency strategy. That's an issue. Daniel, you can buy... Is anyone else getting an error trying to buy Evernote on Uphold? Is anyone else getting that error? That's what my issue was. I was getting an error trying to buy Evernote on Uphold. Yeah, I can't buy an Uphold either. No problem. Yeah, I was thinking about purchasing some. Just a speculative amount. You got the error too? Interesting. It seems like everyone's having a different experience. Got it last night. Interesting, Daniel. I was thinking about buying some last night too, and I kept on getting an error. Yeah, Jimmy, I can't use BitTrue. BitTrue's blocked on my IP. I guess I could set up an IP blocker, buy it on BitTrue, but like, I'm kind of at the point in digital assets where I just have no interest in like jumping through hoops. Gate.io has everything. Interesting. The whole 16 Evernote. That's funny. Yeah, I agree. I like Uphold a lot. I think Uphold is blowing it out of the water with what they're doing. I really think Uphold's on it. Like, the thing about Uphold that I like is they didn't try to do the same strategy everyone else is doing. They have a very differentiated product, and I like that a lot. Okay, so Uphold is being drained of all their liquidity of Evernote. That's what's happening. Reed, thank you. Guys, this is why I love these streams, right? I can come in with questions to you guys, and you guys help me out just as much as I help you. So it sounds like Uphold sold out of all their Evernote, and now they're scrambling to try to get more. Take with that what you will, but Evernote seems like a very interesting project. So let's see what else we got. Looks like we got a little Bitcoin pump going on. Let's check to the traditional markets. Daniel, why do you say forever? Tell me why XRP will not reach $1. Yeah, I wouldn't worry too much about that crapshoot full. You know, whenever there's a theory out there, right, you just got to look at facts for the theory. If someone's providing you with theory and doesn't have an explanation, then you just can't really take that theory too seriously. Now, if you're going to follow that theory for entertainment purposes and you just think the theory is interesting, that's awesome. But I can't explain to you why any theory might have been put into effect. Everyone has different theories for certain things, but look, there's no way XRP is going to be suppressed in the 30 to 60 cent range. We've seen XRP break out of that range multiple times. Ultimately, it's just supply and demand. It will break out of there, but I can't really judge any theory. Not ever, sorry, autocorrect. Okay, cool. So, it's just off it for now. I want to get some. Would you turn other altcoin profits into link to Ripple private equity? Floor, that's a good question. Let me say this. If you want more Ripple private equity, right, I think that's a lot safer bet than a lot of altcoins. It all depends what you're looking for. Ripple private, let's do a quick risk reward on Ripple private equity versus altcoins, right? Altcoins are more liquid at the moment, right? If you have an altcoin, you can trade it whenever you want. You can get in and out. You can move that money around. That's an advantage of an altcoin. Other advantage of an altcoin is in the short term, you're going to make more profits if you get the right one, right? You could probably make 10 to 15x on an altcoin, but you're going to have to get really lucky in picking the right altcoin. So now let's think about it from a Ripple equity perspective. Ripple equity, we don't know when it's going to IPO, right? They could IPO in 2025, 2026. We have no idea when Ripple's going to IPO. So you're going to be illiquid until then. What are the benefits? Well, I feel a lot more confident investing in Ripple, the company, than some random altcoin, right? Ripple is a very, very successful business. They have great management. They have great products. So I'm very confident in the next 10 to 15 years, Ripple equity is going to be going up. It's a lot less low risk. I think you have a lot better chance of getting a good return on Ripple equity. So if you have a lot of profits in altcoins, right, and you're sitting there thinking, hey, I have way too much money in this coin. I don't even know what this coin does. I don't even know if it's going to be around in 2 to 3 years from now. And you're looking for a safer place to put that, then I believe Ripple equity could be a good option. Now, with all that said, there are much safer options than Ripple equity out there, right? You can put it in an S&P 500 fund, whatever. There's a lot of different places you can put your money. I'm not your financial advisor. I can't tell you what to do, but just understanding the risks and trade-offs of each different investment you're making, saying, hey, what are the pros, what are the cons of investing into this, will give you a good idea of what you can expect to get. Ripple equity is going to be a lot safer than an altcoin. You're also likely going to have less rewards in the short term. But over the long term, I believe the Ripple equity will do a much better job of holding its value and appreciating, while in the long term, I don't know what altcoin you're in, but that could be going up 10x and then down 99%. So Ripple equity will likely be a better long-term bet, but it's not going to provide you that short-term 10x potential. What will happen if ERC20 tokens, if ETH is deemed a security? Look, I don't think ETH is going to be deemed a security. Here's the thing. The CFTC is already coming out and saying, look, if you're going to be, no problem, Flora, I'm glad I could help. Look, the CFTC already came out and said if the SEC is going to try to call ETH a security, there's going to be big problems. So, look, if ETH is declared a security, it's going to be a massive, massive shit show for the entire market. And I'm not going to pretend to know what happens, but it could be bad for ERC20 tokens, right? It's just going to be a disaster. I don't think it's going to happen. I hope it doesn't happen. Look, I hope the people at Consensus and the Ethereum Foundation are held accountable and sued for what they did, but I don't really want it to hurt ETH. I'm not worried about ETH. Like, some people think that ETH needs to be, like, destroyed or called a security for XRP to succeed. Look, I think XRP is going to succeed on its own merits because it's faster and more efficient and a better blockchain than Ethereum. Like, I don't need some regulator to come in and make it so my investment wins. I know over the long term, the XRP ledger has better tech. It's being positioned in front of the big institutions. It's just a better blockchain for institutional payment systems. That's why I think XRP is going to win. I don't need ETH to be called a security and regulated out of existence, right? I'm perfectly happy with ETH existing because I just don't see ETH as a real competitor to the XRP ledger. Didn't you need at least 250,000 net worth to buy into Link 2? So you need $1 million net worth, you need $250,000 a year, or combined income with your wife of maybe $300,000, something like that. Here's the thing though, Link 2 actually allows you to buy without being an accredited investor. It has to be special deals, so you're going to have to look into that on your own. EVM sidechain. Guys, the EVM sidechain already has close to 100,000 developers on it. Absolutely insane. Also, guys, make sure to go to the upper right-hand corner, drop a like on the stream. Really, really, really appreciate that. It's going to help get more people in there. So there's 3 dots, hit the drop down, drop a like on the stream. Murdoch, I think the DXY is going to keep coming down. That's my prediction. I think over the long term, the DXY comes down. So here's the interesting predicament. And I think about this all the time, so I love the question, Murdoch. In the short term, a lot of people were running to dollars in the United States to escape what they thought was going to be a massive market crash. A lot of people were running to dollars because they were scared of what was happening in the economy. Now, this caused the dollar to rise in value, as you probably saw, Murdoch. But over the long term, I think the dollar is being devalued. I think all the inflation in the United States, all the reckless spending by Congress, all of these things are going to lead to a long-term trend of the dollar devaluing. So I think right now the dollar is overvalued in the short term and is going to trend downwards as the inflation and as the devaluation starts to catch back up. What's happening March 14th to March 20th? I'm not sure. What up from Germany? What up, what up? Thank you, Crypto Clay, for providing that information on Link 2. ECB said today they're going to keep rates higher for longer. Yeah, they're doing a lot of talking because they need to talk rates into existence, right? But Jerome Powell said the other day that rate cuts are coming this year. Banks are failing in the United States because of the high interest rates, and inflation's going away. So my projection is that by the end of 2025, we at least have a couple rate hikes under our belt. Rate cuts under our belt, and rates are headed lower in the medium term. I don't think it's in the short term, right? I think they're going to keep rates as high as they can for as long as they can, but I don't think they can keep them high much longer. I think they want to keep them high much longer. I just don't think they can. Oh, maybe it is, Nicholas. Maybe it is. I don't know. I don't have the dates in my head right now. Sorry about that. Oh, that's not the remedy stage, Nicholas. That's just, I think that's just one document set that needs to be produced. I don't know the exact dates around that, though. I really haven't been following the Ripple SEC case anymore. In my eyes, it's dead. In my eyes, it's dead. I will be coming to XRP Vegas. I'll be there, and I'll hopefully see a bunch of you there. Hopefully see a bunch of you there. Let's see what Bitcoin's doing. Kind of looks like Bitcoin's ready to do a big pump, but hasn't made that big pump yet. Yeah, I agree, Murdoch. I agree. Automated market maker. We can do an update on that real quick. Update on the automated market maker. Oh, wow. Fury is ripping too. $26% still. Yeah, let's see what other... I think another one was getting voted in though, right? XRP fees, are they about to get voted in? X-Chain Bridges still has a very low amount of votes. I'd like to see that get ramped up a little bit. Yeah, yep, 26 votes. Looks like we're right around the corner. Thank you, Art Caffeine. Thank you. You're the best. I can't wait to see you there. Yep, I saw that defin. That's a great explanation. If anyone's looking to get more information on that, take a look at defin's comment. Yeah, I do believe Jed McCaleb is involved in Velo, but I don't really know what Velo's doing, to be honest with you. I think a lot of people see these small projects, some of these billionaires get involved in. I would just be skeptical of whether or not they're real or not. See what else we got. Drop any questions in the chat. Velo is being touted as Asian XRP. Interesting. You tried to sell your airdrop and got an error? Murdoch says, we're almost there, guys. See you in the Cayman Islands. I cannot wait, Murdoch. I cannot wait. Man, we have made it through so much more than anyone else. It's going to be so nice when it's finally get to the moment we've been waiting for, man. I cannot wait for that day. Love the optimism out of all of you guys, too. You guys are absolutely incredible. You guys see the long-term vision. You guys know what's coming in the future. You guys know what you hold, and that's kind of what I love about this group of investors and this group of people we've kind of found right here. It's like no one here really has those second thoughts. We don't doubt. Like, we all know what we hold, and I like that a lot. Flare price and collab thoughts over this next year. I want to see what happens when F assets go live. I really do think Flare over the long term can easily get to that dollar range. I mean, let me just say this. If Flare's hitting $1, I think XRP's $15, $20 to $100, right? So I think Flare can reach that dollar mark. It's going to be a long road, though. It's not going to happen tomorrow. It's going to be a 5 to 10 year road. See what else we got. Nicholas, I wouldn't be too worried about not investing in meme coins. Look, Meme coins are there to be a distraction, but just put yourself in a different time in history. Put yourself in the dot-com bubble, and this normally helps people. Put yourself in the dot-com bubble and look at the dot-com stocks today. Do you wish you invested in pets.com? That was the meme of the dot-com bubble. Do you wish you invested into the ones that pumped the hardest in the dot-com bubble? Look, maybe you do, but you wouldn't have value today. The thing that created value over the long term for holders of the projects during the dot-com bubble were the projects that were actually solving problems, the projects that were actually building real-world utility, the projects that were actually doing something to change the internet as we know it today. The projects that were all hype, the projects that were just doing things that didn't have any long-term staying power, yeah, they pumped hard during 2000, but they didn't actually hold their gains. They didn't create sustainable value. And I think that same playbook is going to play out here. We just need to be patient. Look, a lot of the people who are investing in Amazon were watching pets.com rip and saying, oh no, did I invest in the wrong company? Should I have just invented this pie in the sky idea, this vaporware, because it's pumping? No, you would have been better off in Amazon. You would have been better off in Google. You would have been better off in any of these top tier tech companies. And I think the same thing is going to play out when it comes down to cryptocurrencies. Thank you, Crypto Clay. Really appreciate it. Really appreciate it. Alchemist, we're still in the early days, man. Early days, man. This stuff is way. We're in right now in crypto. We're before, I believe, the dot-com bubble, right? I believe we're really in that kind of 1998 to 2000 moment of the dot-com bubble. I think there's still a long road ahead of us, but that means that we're early. That means there's still so much more gains. Look, guys, if we were invested into cryptocurrencies, when they already got adoption, right, we would not be getting them at these prices. We'd be getting XRP at $20, right? The reason why there is so much profit to be made, the reason why we're in the position we are right now is because we're early. Yeah, Deefin, I just wouldn't really focus too much on what Dark Horse is saying. Dark Horse seems a little disgruntled at the moment. Dark Horse is the most hot or cold person I've ever seen. He either has very intelligent takes where he's making a lot of sense, or he's literally making absolutely no sense and just rambling on about nothing. So, just be careful about listening to what he says. I think a lot of the times he's providing really good information, but sometimes, I mean, I just don't know where he gets what he's talking about from. Opinions on XLM? Look, unpopular opinion probably here, but I'm not a huge fan of XLM. It's not that I'm not a fan of what XLM is or what it's doing. To me, it's just like, I would rather hold more XRP. Every single dollar I have in XLM is a dollar I can't have in XRP, and I look at it as a Bing Google situation. I look at XRP as Google and XLM as Bing. A lot of people think they're complementary. I don't really see them being complementary. I see XRP eating up most of the partnerships, XRP eating up most of the volume, and XLM kind of just being that other platform in case XRP fails. That's how I think about it. Other people think differently, but, you know, I would just rather have more XRP. Ugh. Not a shot at XLM. It's just more that I just have so much hope and I have such a vision for XRP. I just wouldn't want to invest in something else that takes away from that. And a lot of people will say, right, like, I want to invest in XLM because it's a hedge if XRP fails. That's just not really how I hedge, right? For me, if I want to hedge XRP, then I hedge it with something like Doge, or I hedge it with something like Bitcoin, right? I don't want to hedge it with something super similar because, in my opinion, that's not really a hedge. That's like saying, I want to invest into an automaker like Tesla, right? And I'm going to hedge my investment by investing in Rivian. like, yeah, you're just kind of investing in the EV sector in general, right? You're just picking the best EV company and a not good EV company. I'd rather invest in Tesla and then invest in something like, right, Walmart, something completely different, right? On the completely other side of the spectrum. Not a great example, but I like to spread myself out in crypto. I don't like to narrow like all into transaction tokens, right? I don't want XRP, XLM, another token for moving value, another token for moving value. I would rather have XRP, a token for moving value, ETH, the smart contract platform, something as a gaming token, something as an AI token, right? Spread myself across crypto. Rather than going down the line, down a certain sector, spread this way, right? Spread to all the different types of projects and just try to pick the best project in each sector. That's how I like to do it. Many think XLM is for retail and XRP is for institutions. I don't agree with that either. So we're on the same page, XRP Viking. Look, and the only reason I don't think so is just look at where all the projects are being built. The amount of projects on the XRP ledger is exploding. These are all retail products, right? These are all retail projects. So we'll definitely see how it plays out. Look, if there was more projects being built on XLM, then I would be 100% on board, right? It's just that most of the projects are being built on XRP right now, which are retail products. So we got to see how it plays out. I am not at all saying XLM is bad in any way. It's just that me personally, if you're going to ask me my thesis on it, my thesis for XRP is so much stronger. Yep, you're so right, Crypto Clay. You're very, very right. Yeah, we'll see how it plays out. Look, it's important to understand I get stuff wrong all the time, right? Like, I am some source of truth where, like, everything I say goes. I get stuff wrong all the time. Now, I try to be very transparent, learn from my mistakes, and see how I can get it right the next time. But just because I don't understand an investment or I'm confused on it does not mean that is a bad investment by any means. Like, if I eat my words on XLM one day and it surpasses XRP, then I will eat my words. Or maybe it will be for retail and XRP will be for institutions, right? I'll eat my words. I have no problem doing that. The one thing you'll never see me do is try to pretend like I had a position that I didn't. I am fully happy to eat my words one day and convince and admit where I'm wrong. Like, that is something I have no problem doing. And I want to learn from it, right? Every single time I miss an investment, every single time I miss something, I sit there and evaluate, hey, what did I get wrong about this? What did I miss? What could I have done better? And I think that's really important for everyone to do. Can't buy Evernote on Uphold yet. Yeah, I'm kind of struggling with that recently. I'd like to get my hands on some Evernote, but I'm not in a rush, right? I'm not in a big rush. Evernote is a very, very, very early project. Yeah, Jeffrey West, that is interesting. That is definitely interesting. I agree with you there. Absolutely not, Slob. That is insane. That is insane. I can't believe I just read that. Yep, exactly, Crypto Clay. Plenty of money for both to thrive. Plenty of money for a lot of different things to thrive, right? No, I'm not that big into riddles. Doge and Ford. Dodge and Ford. I just read that as Doge. Crypto Clay, man. Crypto Clay. That's hilarious. Let's see what else we got. No, I'm not really into riddles. I find the riddles interesting in that I think they're like entertainment, but I don't take them seriously. Do I hold quant? I don't get into exactly what I hold on these live streams just because I really save that for the people who are subscribed to my X account. But I do like quant a lot. I think it's a really cool project. Evernode will be tradable in Uphold when liquidity requirement is met. Very interesting. Thoughts on ICP? I don't know a lot about it, but it certainly looks like a good price chart, man. Looks like ICP could get a nice little pump on. I don't know much about Digibyte. Sounds like an old cryptocurrency. Haha, that's awesome, Crypto Clay. That's awesome. Let's see what we got. I'm going to take a look at the market real quick. See if anything ultra interesting is happening. Man, it's so nice looking at my portfolio nowadays. It used to be, oh my God. Wow. Jeez. I'm invested in this kind of micro cap psychedelic company that is looking to produce medication, and they're up 61% today. That's wild. Just a tiny little speculative position in it, but I just popped my portfolio open, saw 61%. I was like, whoa, that thing is ripping. Murdoch, it's so weird. Your messages always get redacted when they shouldn't get redacted. Like, there's absolutely nothing in that message that should have got redacted, and it's redacted. I don't know what's up with that. Let's see. Huh. Yeah, wild. Guys, any other questions, make sure to drop them in the chat. I wonder if Amazon Google would do to ICP what JP Morgan is doing with XRP. Oh, very interesting thought, Murdoch. No, I got you. Yeah, no, interesting thought. Freedom Murdoch speech. That's so funny, true. That's funny, man. Yeah, I don't know. Murdoch is always getting redacted, and then I read his message unredacted, and it's just like a normal question. I'm like, why is Murdoch getting redacted? No excavators today? No excavators. Yeah, it's nice. I don't have heavy machinery in the background. Theta pumping nice. Yep. I think a lot of this market's about to rip, guys. I think this market is getting ready to rip. Speculation on a well-known U.S. company that will use XRP in 2024. I think the easy guess is like Bank of America, because I know they've had that partnership before in the past. But it's a good question. I don't know. JP Morgan? Yeah, maybe. I think HSBC is a big one that probably could. I think HSBC, they have close ties to Chris Larson. I think HSBC could be one. I don't really do XRP price predictions, but I think XRP was going to pass $10 in the near future. Look, I mean, XRP has to catch up to the rest of the market. Right now, XRP catching up to Bitcoin is at least a $2 to $3 mark. I think Bitcoin's going a lot higher. I think XRP will go a lot higher. So, look, in the short term, predicting prices is a fool's errand. What I know is we're in a massive bull market, one of the biggest bull markets we'll probably ever see in our lives. These assets are getting real world adoption right in front of us. They're building financial products around these assets, and we beat the big institutions here, right? The big institutions, they didn't get into this asset class before us. We got in before them, and now they're pumping our bags. Harley of Earl, that's great. That's great. That's great. I'm hoping that regardless of the price, that this year we can start making XRP work for us. Exactly, man. Exactly. Pretty soon we're going to be able to use our XRP for something other than just selling it, right? Creating actual income based off our XRP, and I think that's where things get very exciting. Daniel Ranger, you're absolutely right. And look, this happens every time. And that's why I really always try to tell people, before you start panicking on why XRP isn't pumping, just sit back and watch what happens before in the past. Almost every single cycle, what happens, right? Bitcoin pumps, then the meme coin pumps, then it's just random things start pumping, and then XRP makes its big move. Look, you cannot get all bent out of sort before you even let things play out. If we get to a point where, you know, the whole market pumps and XRP, right, or the whole market tops and things are coming back down and XRP still hadn't pumped, look, that's when I'd say, okay, yeah, maybe things are starting to get a little worrying. But every single time, right, what we know is that Bitcoin pumps, the rest of the market starts to move, and then XRP rips face. Until we let that happen, then I just think it's a little silly to start getting too bent out of shape why XRP hasn't moved yet, because it has never moved first before in the past. It always moves last, but it always moves one of the fastest, and in fact, it typically outperforms Bitcoin. Back in 2018, XRP outperformed Bitcoin by a massive amount, and I think it's very, very, very possible that it does it again. We just need to get to that moment, right? We need to, I think Blockchain Backer calls them animal spirits, right? No one knows what does it, right? No one knows what causes the price to move. No one knows what causes the price to rip. But what we know eventually is it just happens. Eventually, all of this volume just surges in, causing the price to go parabolic. And look, I am fully convinced we're going to see that same thing again. Thoughts on Cardano or Cardano predictions? I'm not a huge Cardano fan. Not for any reason, right? Like, this is another one where I don't really like telling people I don't like a coin just because everyone has their own reason for liking it, but I'm not a huge Cardano fan just because it's mostly retail focused. Like, a lot of their applications are like Sunday Swap and like Pizza DeFi and like, you know, stuff like that. And everyone has their own perspective. If you're someone who invests in a token for retail reasons, right? If you think it's going to be big in retail, then that's absolutely awesome, right? You could succeed there. I'm just more focused on institutional use cases, right? I'm more focused on real world applications of blockchain technology. I'm not too interested in like Sunday Swap, right? I'm not too interested in like pizza coin or pizza farming or just stuff like that. I think is kind of silly. I see a lot of that happening on Cardano, which doesn't mean that Cardano can't succeed. It could be one of the best retail applications of cryptocurrency. I just don't see it as something that I get overly excited about, right? I really like use cases that are institutionally based because I think that's where the next financial system is built. You know, I think that's where the next financial system is built. And I think that's another reason why people kind of lose track of what's actually happening. Right now, what we're seeing move the price is retail, right? Retail is what is moving the prices. Over the long term, it's going to be institutions that move the prices. And we all know what projects institutions are going to be interested in. Right now, institutions are being barred from this industry. But eventually, that's going to change. Eventually, institutions are going to be able to step into this industry in a massive way. And I guarantee you, they are not going to be interested in Sunday Swap. They are going to be interested in Ripple, who is building real-world products. They can be seen, used in the global financial system. And that's why, ultimately, I think XRP is really positioned better than most other cryptocurrencies out there. Let's see what else we got. Wow, 1 o'clock already. That's absolutely insane. Absolutely insane. Man, like I keep saying, I cannot wait until the day XRP pumps and we can do these live streams full time. You know what's going to stink, though? Eventually, I know it's going to come. We're going to jump onto these streams and there's going to be like 2,000 people in them, right? Like a bunch of people just learning about XRP for the first time. It's going to be like a bunch of noobs. They're going to have no idea what they're talking about. They're going to be like, oh, is $10 good price to be buying XRP? Is $20 good price to be buying XRP, right? That day is going to happen. And look, that's why I'm so happy I started these live streams when I did, because I got to know the OGs, right? I know the OGs in the chat now. I know who was here since day one. I know who was here who wasn't complaining when the price wasn't moving, who wasn't sitting there saying, oh, why didn't XRP do this? I know you guys are the real deal. I know you guys are the people who knew what you held. So ultimately, man, I think that's what's really important. Do I like Mr. Beast? That's funny. Yeah, I like Mr. Beast. He seems like a good guy. We will get the last laugh. You're so right, Valor. You're so right. Yep, exactly true. Exactly. Look, XRP is going to be the best coin since Bitcoin when it's pumping, and then when it goes down again, everyone's going to be like, Ripple's manipulating the price. Same old narrative over and over again. Eventually, though, when the institutions take over and really start moving this market, I think we're kind of done with all that silly stuff. The OGs. Yes, we are the OGs. We are the OGs. Exactly, Harley Verl. Exactly. Look, Nick, typically I'll never answer a question like this, but I will answer this for you real quick. Man, look, the question is should you buy an XRP now or wait for a crash? First of all, I cannot give you financial advice, and you probably know that, but here. What are you waiting for, right? What are you waiting for, right? Are you going to be happy if XRP goes to 52 cents? Would that be an okay price to buy? Or are you going to wait for XRP to go to 30 cents? Or are you going to wait till XRP goes to 61 cents, right? Look, whether or not you buy XRP at 30 cents, 40 cents, 50 cents, 60 cents, 70 cents, 80 cents, 10 cents, $1, is it really going to matter if over the long term XRP is at $25? Are you going to be looking at your bags and saying, oh man, XRP is trading at $27 right now. I can't believe in 2018 I got it for 27 cents instead of 32 cents. Like, no, of course not. Of course not. You're never going to look at that. You're not going to care. You're going to be like, wow, I can't believe I got XRP for less than $3, right? DCAing, Ed, you're 100% right. Guys, don't act like you're someone you're not, right? Don't pretend to be someone you're not. Don't pretend to be someone who can time the market. Don't pretend like you know when the price is going to crash. Don't pretend like you're going to understand when to buy and when to sell. What I always tell people is if you have some money, if you're feeling like you should own some XRP, buy some XRP. Wait a couple weeks. You want more XRP? Buy some more. The price crashes. Hey, maybe you put a little more in than you were initially anticipating. The price goes up a ton. Hey, maybe hold back for a little bit and see what the price does. I just tell people, right? If the price is trading flat, then you're probably good to dollar cost average in. If the price is dropping, then you probably want to dollar cost average even harder. If the price is going up really fast, then maybe you sit back and wait a little bit before dollar cost averaging again. It's not that complicated, right? Price goes sideways, slowly dollar cost average. Price goes down, dollar cost average a little faster. Price goes up in a straight line, sit back and wait and see what happens next. It's a very simple equation, right? Very simple. Now, you can dollar cost average through the entire thing, right? And you're still going to do very good. But it's not that hard to just dollar cost average in an intelligent way also and get an even better result, right? When price is trading sideways for a long period of time, slowly buy your way in. When price drops, you buy a lot, right? You really add to your stack. When price goes up vertically and is up 200% in a day, then you don't buy. You wait a little bit, you chill on your profits. Very simple. Don't overcomplicate it. Don't overcomplicate it. Guys, the best thing I ever did in terms of getting in and out of the market and stuff like that was just telling myself I can't do it. Just telling myself, look, you're never going to buy the bottom. You're never going to sell the top. Just do whatever you think you need to do to accumulate the asset at whatever price you feel fit. For me, that's just dollar cost averaging with every paycheck. When I get my paycheck, I look around and I say, hey, where is this money going to go? Where am I going to put some of this value? If XRP is lagging the rest of the market, then a lot's going to go to XRP. If XRP is pumping harder than everything else and is up a lot, then maybe you'll look for some other things. But it's not always trying to say, hey, I have half my net worth and I need to put it into this coin now, right? That's typically not the way to do it. Slowly get your way in and out of the market. It's the best way to do it. Yep, you're so right, Crypto Bugs. All right, guys, I'm going to shut it down here. Guys, thank you so much for coming. I can't believe this has already been 60 minutes. You guys are absolutely amazing. Thank you so much for coming. I believe today, so tomorrow's Friday. We'll do another live stream tomorrow. Guys, thank you for coming. I hope everyone has a great rest of their day. And for now, Mikkel out.